Azolla is a water plant which is also known as water fern or mosquito fern, and it's a tiny little plant that floats on the surface of water tubs, and it is also very beneficial when it comes to gardening. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how this tiny plant is useful in our garden. Hi, and welcome to Fresh from My Garden. This is our water garden in which we have some water lily, water cabbage, pennywort, azolla, duckweed, water bamboo, all of this growing in a few tubs in our garden. Azolla is a water fern. It comes from the species of aquatic ferns and it grows very easily in a tub along with your other water plants. So we got this Azolla along with the other water plants that we purchased from the nursery. These plants grow and multiply really quickly and can be very invasive for your water garden. But at the same time, these beautiful invasive ferns are also useful when it comes to your garden. In addition to using this for your garden, they are also used to feed livestock or chickens and are also considered a good feed for your fish in your aquariums or water gardens. Azolla is cultivated by a lot of people who are into gardening because it enriches the soil and helps to improve the nitrogen levels of the soil when growing vegetables and other plants. So, as I had mentioned earlier, we got a few Azolla plants when we purchased some water lily and other aquatic plants from the nursery, and they continue to multiply really quickly and are very invasive in growth. These tiny plants are also rich in microorganisms which can help to improve the quality of the soil in which we are growing our plants. In order to cultivate these Azolla ferns, you need a tub of water in which you add some dried or fresh cow dung manure. Cow dung manure is very essential when growing Azolla plants. Azolla ferns are grown in a cow dung slurry. These Azolla ferns grow very quickly in about 10 to 15 days, filling up the space of the water tub in which it is growing, covering the surface completely, preventing any sort of mosquito breeding that can happen. These are also known by the name of mosquito ferns due to this same characteristic which it has. They grow well in spots receiving partial sunlight, and they don't do really well in spots where they have complete shade. We have several tubs in our garden, and this is a water tub in which we have some water plants and these Azolla plants along with some fish in this tub. But here you can see that it is not growing really green and they've started becoming slightly brown. The reason for this is because they are not getting the enriched cow dung manure that it actually requires. With lot of cow dung manure, it grows really thick and forms a green carpet on the surface of the tub or the water in which it is growing. Once it fills up the tub completely, we can just remove it with our hands and use this as a biofertilizer for our vegetable plants. Here I am just picking up some of them and just adding it directly to the pots in which we are growing some of the vegetables. As I had mentioned earlier, Azolla ferns are rich in lots of microorganisms and nitrogen and various other benefits of adding this to the plants when you're growing them. You can just scoop out a handful of these Azolla ferns from the tub in which it is growing and add them directly at the base of your plants. I'm not removing all the Azolla ferns from this tub, just removing about 80 to 90%, and the remaining will stay in the tub for it to continue to multiply and grow again. Once these Azolla ferns have been harvested, we need to refresh the water and add more cow dung manure slurry to the pot or to the tub so that these Azolla plants can continue to grow well. This is a really beneficial biofertilizer rich in microorganisms and micronutrients which will help your plants to grow well. So, these aquatic ferns are a great addition to your aquatic garden as they prevent mosquito breeding in your water tubs or lily tubs and also act as a biofertilizer for the other plants in your garden. It's also very easy to cultivate this plant in just a tub of cow dung slurry and it grows very quickly to use as a biofertilizer for your garden. Along with the tiny solar ferns, I'm also adding the water in which it has been growing because that also contains a lot of nutrients for your plants. After adding these to the soil, these will dry out in a day or two and blend into the soil and add nutrients to the soil. This is how the Azolla ferns dry within a day or two after they are being added to the soil. If you aren't yet growing this in your garden along with the rest of your aquatic plants, you can add them now since you know how beneficial it is for your plants. Hope you liked my video. Please do consider subscribing and share your thoughts and opinions through comments. Thanks for watching Fresh from My Garden.